Hey guys, what's up? Today I am going to do a video over makeup brushes. I feel like makeup brushes is something that kind of gets skipped over a lot, but it's made an extreme major difference in my life. So I felt like it was very necessary to talk about this because I feel like not a whole lot of people ever told me how important makeup brushes were. I just kind of had to figure that out on my own. By the way, do you like my shirt? You can't even see it, huh? This is probably my favorite skit in the history of SNL ever. I am just gonna go ahead and jump into it because I have a lot of brushes to talk about. First up is the Beauty Blender. If you've never heard of this, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but this is like the #1 thing ever. I love my Beauty Blender. I have tried almost every knockoff that there is, and honestly, there's just nothing like the original Beauty Blender. I've had this one for probably like a year or two, and it's still perfect, still amazing. I love it. I use this to blend out my foundation or blend out anything ever. I also use it to put on like setting powder. You can use it for virtually anything. If I'm not using my Beauty Blender to apply powder, I will use a fluffy powder brush. So one of my first brush purchases ever was a brush set. It was a 10-piece brush set from Crown Brushes, and it pretty much came with a good little starter pack of everything you needed. I got it on Hotlook for, including shipping, I think it came to about $50 for 10 brushes, which was pretty decent. But I really like them a lot, and they're still some of the ones that I use all the time now. I've been trying to kind of branch out and try other makeup brush brands, but honestly, I really trust Crown Brush at this point. I bought a lot of their stuff individually. I just think they're a good brand. These are some of the other brushes that came in that 10-piece set. I don't use every brush that came in that 10-piece set because some of them I honestly don't have any idea what to do with. This is their angled brush. I use this to apply my contour color and or my bronzer. This is not a very densely packed brush. It's not sparse, but it's definitely not a super dense packed angle brush. But I like that because it means whenever I do go through and do my bronzer, it doesn't turn out like super opaque, dark brown line on my face. This is really handy for that. These are 2 eyeshadow brushes that came in that 10-piece set. This one is just a good lid all over the eyelid color, and this one is a good kind of crease brush. These are amazing. They feel really nice. They're really great quality, and I use these probably just about every time I do my eyeshadow. Last 2 I'm going to talk about from that set is their little angled brow brush, or I guess this could be an angled liner brush, but I use this every single day to fill in my eyebrows, and then I go back in with our little friend, the spoolie. These 2 together are definitely a match made in heaven. If you're someone who does fill in your eyebrows and it gets a little too intense sometimes, that's what the spoolie is great for. I will always go in and fill in my eyebrows with my angled brush and then go back over them with a spoolie to make sure everything's kind of broken up. Not so just freshly done eyebrows, because that can be a little intense. While we're on the topic of eyeshadow, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the rest of my eyeshadow brushes. This one is a brand new one to my collection. It's from Morphe. It is the M433. It's a really great kind of like crease definer brush. I guess you could also use this one as a blender brush, but I really see myself using this more for throwing color up into my crease. I see almost every beauty guru using this brush, so I figured, you know, if I'm trying to replicate their looks, I should get the same tools. It all makes sense, right? If you're looking for a nice angled liner brush but don't want to splurge and go too crazy, I found this one at the drugstore the other day for 99 cents. It's from Wet n Wild, and it's just the most perfect little baby eyeliner brush ever. I'm going to use this one for gel eyeliner and winged out liner and things of that nature. If you were only going to get one eyeshadow brush, I would go for this one. It is from Crown, and it is called the C476 Crease Shadow Brush. It is a double-ended brush. So on this side, you've got your all over the lid color shadow. And then on this side, you have a little pencil brush, which you can use for, you know, really packing color into your crease or whatever you want to do with it. My two favorite blender brushes ever. I feel like that's probably my most coveted brush of all time is blender brushes, because blending out your eyeshadow is kind of a big deal. I'm still learning, so don't judge me too harshly. But this one is another one I got in my Ipsy bag. It is from the brand, I think the brand is just called Luxe, and it is a tapered blending brush. It's a little bit longer, so you've got more range of motion with this one. It's really, really flexible, but I use this one to blend out all the time. Then I have this one from Bare Minerals. This one is called the Buffing Eye. This one's a lot fatter than that one. It covers a lot more surface area. So typically when I'm blending out, I'll use this one, but if I've gone like way too far and I have a super harsh line that I need to blend out, I'll use this one. This one's definitely more heavy duty. This one's more everyday. Speaking of buffing things out, this is from Urban Decay. It is their optical blurring brush. I use this pretty much every time I put on bronzer or contour or whatever, just to kind of buff it back into my skin, because I seem to kind of go overboard every single time. So I'll put my bronzer on and then buff this out. I think pretty much everyone makes these brushes now. You can find them everywhere. You can find them much cheaper than this one, same quality. I got this brush maybe 2 years ago, so whenever I got it, it wasn't really a popular brush at the time, and it seemed like nobody was making them, and now it seems like everyone has one of these. So if you see this brush, I would definitely pick it up. This is just amazing for blending, but I think it's marketed as a foundation brush, but married to the Beauty Blender. Next brush I have actually talked about before. This is from Sephora. It is their number 49 Pro Angled Blush Brush. That's difficult to say. This is a super, super densely packed blush brush. This picks up a ton of color. I use this all the time to do my blush. I never use any other brush since I got this one. This one is pretty pricey, but honestly, I really feel like it was worth it. I use it, like I said, like every single time I do my makeup, and it just feels really nice. It feels like good quality. I've washed it a ton of times and it's never lost its shape or gotten any wonky little bits on it or gone strange on me. So I am a huge, huge fan of this one. I feel like I've been talking for like a century. I only have 3 more brushes to talk about, bear with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and mention my favorite concealer brush ever, ever, ever. It is from Bare Minerals and it is their Max Coverage Concealer Brush. This thing is amazing. I use this every single time I do my makeup for my under eye concealer, my little bit of the nose, and anywhere I'm having spots on my face. This is like, I love it. I love it so much. I own a ton of, not a ton, I own a fair bit of concealer brushes, and this is still my absolute favorite. Last 2 brushes, I swear. These are what I will use for my highlight. This is just a really simple, cheapy, fluffy brush. It's kind of like a baby powder brush, I guess. But this can be really great if you're just throwing some highlighter on top of your cheekbones. There's nothing really wrong with this brush. It's totally fine. I can't tell you the brand. It's not written on here. Like I said, it's just a really cheapy brand brush that you can just pop highlighter on. Recently, I, as you may have noticed, fell into the Morphe trend, and I picked up the M310 brush because Nikki Tutorials uses this all the time to apply her highlighter, and I was getting a little highlighter envy and I wanted the same brush that she had, so she recommended this one, and honestly I used it today for the first time to apply my highlighter. You just kind of sprinkle it onto your cheeks there, and I loved it. I love it so much. Honestly, this is, like I said, my first Morphe purchase. I picked up several different brushes from Morphe. None of them were crazy expensive. If you are looking to get some Morphe brushes, I would highly suggest going to Nikki Tutorials videos, and she usually always has a code to get a discount for Morphe brushes. A ton of YouTubers do, so definitely pick up a code. But honestly, I was a little disappointed by some of the quality of these brushes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just really have always heard amazing things about Morphe brushes from YouTubers. And after picking up a few, they're okay, but they're not like spectacular. They're not blowing my mind. So I was just a little bit disappointed in the quality, but at the same time, I feel like brushes are really one of those areas where you get what you pay for, and Morphe brushes are definitely not expensive brushes whatsoever, especially the ones that I picked up. These were totally inexpensive. Every single one of these was $5 or under. I think the only one that was $5 was this one actually. So you kind of get what you pay for situation. But yeah, I just really wanted to make this video because whenever I bought my first brush set, I feel like it totally changed my makeup game. Everything became a lot simpler. If you have the right tools, you can get the job done so much more efficiently and so much better. I was really truly shocked when I realized what a big difference having the right brushes made. I felt kind of cheated in a sense that people didn't tell me that already because I was having all these issues, and once I got the right brush for it, those issues seemed to just not exist anymore. Like I said, if you are looking to get any crown brushes, I would definitely wait for them to go back up on sale on HauteLook. They're on there pretty much all the time. I would say like once every other month at least. They're really great quality brushes for the price that they are. Morphe, I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to keep playing around with them to really see how I feel about it, but it's kind of hard when so many YouTubers are sponsored by a brand. They seem a little biased to say like, oh, this brush is so amazing, it's so wonderful, and then you get it and you're like, oh, it's okay. So I just wanted to really be honest with you guys about how I felt about the quality of those brushes. They were all right, like I said, but they were nothing spectacular like everyone on YouTube makes them seem like. Maybe I didn't get the right ones, I don't know. This is just my personal opinions and thoughts. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please leave them in the comments down below. I will do my very best to get back to you with the limited knowledge that I have. Like I said, I am still learning a lot about makeup, which is the funnest thing about doing YouTube for me, is I get to interact with you guys and I get a lot of feedback. And I truly feel like I'm learning something every single week. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for commenting on my videos and watching me struggle along in this little world I've created. If you liked this video or got something out of this video, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. It really helps me and my channel. Also, if you want, you can subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every single Wednesday and I would really love to have you. Thank you guys so much again for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.